Owen swings the free kick in dangerously. And a very poor clearance keeps the pressure going. Moran's layoff, Keane in possession. That was a good effort, deflected away to Owen. Looking for Staunton and finding him. And the first time cross is met by Aldridge. And Ireland are in front with less than 4 minutes gone.
Goalkeeper's going balmy there on, and he thinks he's got a big claim for offside there on Aldridge. But a fierce cross from Stevie Staunton, and that's what Aldridge is all about, isn't it? Just living in the 6-yard box. There's Irwin's long ball across. Defender misjudges it. Fierce first-time ball. And I don't think there's too many officials would have given that offside. He did appear to be coming from the blind side of his marker there, Aldridge.
John Aldridge gets his 13th goal for the Republic of Ireland in his 55th international. He's already top scorer in this group, by the way. That's his 6th goal now. And that's just the start the Republic needed to convince them. Aldridge waiting in amongst the defenders. Kernahan's on the near post. And that's a tremendous header from Moran, which somehow is cleared. It'll come back in again from Irwin. And it's Kernahan who gets the second goal, his first ever for the Republic of Ireland. It was only a matter of time. 25 minutes gone. Ireland 2, Lithuania 0.
Well, he was just denied one a few minutes ago, wasn't he, with that thunder drive, and so that's well deserved. Good ball in by Owen, and he just rises. That's a superb header, actually. He's beaten the sweeper Baltushnikas very, very well there, and that's a great header. Following another great header from Moran, which was cleared off the line.
Well, if Ireland didn't think they could relax at the start, they certainly know they could now, leading by 2 goals to 0 here.
Welcome back. It's 2-0. It's looking good for the Irish, isn't it, Ray?
Absolutely. They've really approached the game in the right manner. They've put them under an enormous amount of pressure. And I wrote down after about 10 minutes, it was the quality of cross into the box that was causing them so many problems. They're not the best defensively, but if you've got good quality going into the box, you're always going to make chances.
Let's look at the first goal. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a long time to wait, was it? 4 minutes?
No, that's right. About 4 minutes. The ball eventually comes out to Steve Staunton, and he hits this unbelievable half volley across the face of the goal. It's a great ball because not only does Aldridge get on it, but if it had hit a defender, he could have also turned it past his own goalkeeper. So it was an excellent cross into the box. And
there have been some excellent chances for young Kernaghan, haven't they? We can have a look at them in a minute, but he's played a blinder.
He has. His defensive heading's been exceptional as well when they've been put under a bit of pressure, and he really does clear his lines very, very well. And he's looking to push forward, as Kevin Moran is at times as well. And we saw in the first half here from about 35 yards. He really does drive this superbly well. And Stauchi in the goal there, Lithuanian goal, makes a super save. That's a really good effort. And he followed that up by putting in a fantastic header for the second goal. The game built up very nicely. Ireland penned them in, which is very important when you're playing against lesser opposition. Just keep them penned in the box. And they did so, and they got their just rewards. The first ball comes across, Kevin Moran makes a great header. And as it comes out again, Irwin, who's been quite spectacular with his crossing, really whips this ball in exceptionally well. And Kernaghan that's a very brave header, whips across the front of the defender and sticks it in. You can see he's quite delighted with that one.
You can see he thinks he's got the game won, but have they?
I think they have, yes. There was they slipped up 2 minutes later when they may well have given a goal away, but they look very good. It's a very professional performance.
Moran's header wasn't too bad either, was it?
No, that's right. You know, Kevin is always going to get in on the end of these crosses, and when he's in forward positions, he's very dangerous. Irwin once again with a fabulous cross into the box, and there's Kevin, as Ron said, very bravely going for it, but it just missed the upright.
Let me clear up, Ray, a point I was trying to make earlier. The Lithuanians, they come from a poor country. There's 8 players they can't field because the players play in big leagues, right, and they can't afford the insurance. I wasn't saying anybody was poorer than anybody else, but you've got a feel for them. You have got a feel for them. I don't think we would ever criticise anybody for being a lot poorer than somebody else. But they are in a sad situation. If they can't get 8 of their players to a World Cup match, then they haven't really got much of a chance. But you don't give anybody a chance when you're playing, do you? Most certainly not. Not in a World Cup qualifier either. And I think Ireland, the way they've approached it, has been absolutely first class, and Jack will be delighted. Irish eyes will be smiling, you reckon? Most certainly. Let's give them a chance to smile a bit more with a good second half. We can see that after this break, and it's coming up, well, be smiling, won't they? Even Jack Charlton's eyes might be smiling after that result, Ray.
Most certainly. It wasn't the convincing win we had anticipated. In the second half, I think we counted 6 Lithuanian chances, which Jack Charlton wouldn't like to have seen that. But it's a good victory for them. 2 points, puts them well clear at the top of the table.
The mathematicians here will be delighted to see this table. I'm no mathematician, I hope you are. What does that mean for the Republic of Ireland?
Well, I'm certainly not a mathematician, but if they beat Spain, you can guarantee that they're there.
Right.
They obviously need another couple of points from Spain and Northern Ireland.
A voice in my ear has told me that after half an hour of the game between Denmark and Albania, it's in Albania, it's goalless. I mean, if it stayed that way, Jack would be over the moon tonight, wouldn't he?
Absolutely. That would make that table look even more pleasant for Jack's outfit.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about what you hinted at earlier on. 6 chances from a team like the Lithuanians, who were gutted, let's face it, but 6 chances, he's got cause to worry there, hasn't he?
Well, they were pushing forward, Ireland, for that 3rd goal, 4th goal, 5th goal. Goal difference could count. And they, as Ron was saying, they were leaving big gaps at the back. And these guys are very nippy, very sharp, and they managed to get through on several occasions. And I think with a true finisher, perhaps one of those 8 guys without insurance, they may well have scored a couple of goals.
We'll hear the big man's reaction in a moment, but if you were the Irish manager, you'd have to be happy about tonight's result.
I'd be absolutely delighted. You have to take one game at a time, and you have to win the game. That's the important thing. And Big Jack's outfit are playing very, very well.
Let's hear what Big Jack has to say himself.
Lovely.
Jack, 2 points, that's half what you need to get to the World Cup. Were you satisfied with the performance?
I was satisfied with the performance when we went 2 up in the early part of the game, and I thought we got a good chance to make our goal difference tell. And then we just lost it. We lost it in many areas of the park. We didn't close them, we didn't work hard enough. I thought it was probably the worst performance we've played for a long time.
Do you think that some of the players maybe spent their boat a little bit in the first half?
No, that shouldn't be the case, and it's not the case. I just thought, well, sometimes we stood off and let people play. There was a lot of people who didn't come into the game. Well, we didn't have any imagination in playing the ball into the 18-yard box, apart from crossing it and hoping. And trying to find Niall Quinn or trying to find Tony Cascarino. And we never showed any imagination around the 18-yard box. And when we did, we never struck a ball that was of any intent. We want to forget that one. I'm just delighted that the result's 2-0, because it could have been worse.
Straight from the horse's mouth. So, 5 weeks today could see Ireland book their place in the finals. You can watch the Ireland-Spain game live only here on ITV. And on the same day, England's crunch evening in Rotterdam against Holland. And a match that will surely go a long way to deciding England's World Cup fate. Moving on, just time to tell you about next Wednesday.